Hi, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Echo Live, coming to you from the Michigan Science Center. Now, today we are celebrating something really fun here on our episode. We are going to be investigating a little bit of science magic, or what I like to call a science life hack. Now, we're doing this in honor of this Sunday's Community Free Day that is brought to you by Axalta Coating Systems and their color of the year, which is Royal Magenta. Now, tickets to this Community Free Day are currently sold out, but we're bringing you these episodes of Echo Live so that we can still show you some of the amazing science tricks that are made possible by people who are exploring science and how it relates to everyday forms of magic. So I've got one of those tricks right here with me, and I have a pretty common household liquid, which is a carbonated drink in a can. Now, for this trick, I wanted to dispel a science myth. Now, many of us might know and then quickly open it. We probably know that we're not supposed to do this at home or somewhere where we care about our carpets or our floors, because this can is going to release all of the carbonation that is being very carefully stored inside, and it's going to spray all over the place. But since this is Echo Live and we're here to do a little bit of investigation, let's just go ahead and try it out. Now, again, please don't try this at home, or make sure you have some adult supervision or permission, and I highly recommend trying this life hack outdoors the first time you give it a shot, or at least over the sink. But here we are. Let's go ahead and zoom in just a little bit. I'm going to shake my can as much as I possibly can, and let's open. Oh, and I got sprayed pretty good. There's some liquid on my tabletop. Thankfully, I caught most of it here in my can, but that made quite a mess. Now, where does the life hack come into play? Look how messy I am. Where does the life hack come into play, right? What are we here to prove in honor of Axalta's color of the year and their theme, Discovering Magic? Well, I want to try something out. Now, many of us have probably seen the trick where when you shake the can of soda, all you need to do in order to get it back to a safe to open state is just give it a quick tap on the top. Now, I'm here to tell you that that trick doesn't exactly work the way you think it might. And let's talk about why that is. Now, inside a carbonated beverage is carbon dioxide gas trapped and suspended inside this liquid. Now, there are amazing chemistry forces at work here that keep those bubbles suspended in your liquid until the can's expiration date. After that, most of that carbonation or that carbon dioxide gas has actually escaped from the liquid, stored itself on the top, and then if you've ever sipped a drink that's past its expiration date, it has that kind of flat taste. It's no longer bubbly because those bubbles are no longer stored in the liquid inside. Instead, they've all kind of diffused out of our solution and risen to the top. Now, those cans won't explode because all of their carbonation is already on the top, ready to be released. That actually makes it easier to open without the fear of it bubbling over or exploding. But the reason tapping a can after it's been shaken doesn't work is because when you shake a can, those bubbles want to find the nearest object to attach to as they escape from their solution. So when I do that, or when I shake a can, the carbonation in those bubbles are actually forming along the outsides of the can, along all of the outside around the entire perimeter and including the bottom. So if you want to release that carbonation safely and not have your can explode like we just saw, instead of tapping your can on the top, you actually want to give your can a tap along the outside. So when you do this, you're actually releasing that carbonation. You're breaking it up from the sides of the can and allowing it to rise to the top, closer to where your opening is. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to flick my can all along the perimeter here, giving it, and you might even be able to hear kind of a hollow noise since you're hitting those pockets of air as you do this. So once you've given it a few good flicks, let's go ahead and same process as last time. Let's go ahead and open the can. Now, a little bit less fuzzy, but let's try that one more time. So again, what we're going to do is we are going to shake, get all that carbonation to affix to the sides of our can, and then we're just going to go ahead and we're going to spin. And I can actually hear a difference in this can versus the one that I haven't shaken. So you might even be able to hear that too. Give it a listen. They're a little bit of a different pitch because in our unshaken can, we're hitting more of the liquid versus in our shaken can, we're hitting those pockets of air. So of course, the best thing to do if you ever accidentally shake up one of your cans is just give it some time, and this process will happen naturally. Those bubbles, since they're lighter than the liquid, will slowly rise to the top. But if you're a little bit impatient like I am, or just willing to give this life hack a little bit of a test, go ahead and try this out. Now, of course, the more you flick, the faster those bubbles are released, the more of them get risen up to the top. Let's give it a couple flicks along the bottom because we said there's also bubbles forming along all the surfaces of the can. So the important thing, right, is that we're not just tapping the top, is that we're tapping all along the can, breaking up those bubbles, causing them to rise to the surface, and hopefully making our last can the best one yet. So let's go ahead and give that one a try. 3, 2, 1. And a little bit lessy even yet. So again, this is just all in celebration of how magic and science really go hand in hand, that science is how we understand the magic of the world all around us. So again, this all relates to the Community Free Day that's happening here this weekend at the Michigan Science Center that is supported by Axalta's Color of the Year, which is Royal Magenta. We are so excited to host this event here. We'll also have guests from Ducks Unlimited and the Six Rivers Conservancy. We'll be doing programming all day here at the Michigan Science Center. Now, tickets are currently sold out for this Community Free Day, but keep an eye out for the next Community Free Day and definitely stop by the Michigan Science Center to see all of the cool fun stuff that we have planned for the rest of the year. Now, this Community Free Day, we'll continue bringing you live episodes of Echo Live so that we can show you some of the cool activities that will take place here, even if you're not able to join us in person. So thanks everyone so much for joining us for yet another episode of Echo Live. We'll see you back here next week on Wednesday.